You don't have to remember a traumatic event for it to affect you. In fact, some of the strongest impacts of trauma aren't loud, dramatic, or obvious. They show up in subtle ways, in how you think, how you respond to people, and how you relate to yourself. Trauma doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. And unless you know what to look for, you might live your entire life adjusting to pain you never realized you were carrying. Most people associate trauma with major events, violence, accidents, or war. But trauma can also come from moments of deep emotional neglect, chronic stress, unpredictable caregiving, or feeling unsafe in your own home growing up. And when the nervous system doesn't fully recover from those experiences, it leaves clues behind, not in your memory, but in your patterns. Take, for example, over-apologizing. If you find yourself saying sorry for things that aren't your fault or aren't even necessary to apologize for, that might not just be politeness. It could be your nervous system in a constant state of trying to keep the peace. This can be a trauma response rooted in fear of conflict or rejection, especially common in people who grew up in unstable or emotionally unsafe environments. Another unexpected sign is struggling to celebrate your own achievements. You might downplay your success or feel uncomfortable when people praise you. Instead of pride, you feel guilt or anxiety. This often stems from childhoods where accomplishments were ignored, minimized, or never good enough. When your nervous system learned that visibility brought criticism or comparison, staying small became a form of self-protection. Have you ever had trouble making simple decisions, even when there's no real risk? You might feel paralyzed by choices like what to wear, what to eat, or which direction to take. This is often mistaken for indecisiveness, but at its core, it can be a trauma residue. When someone grew up with constant judgment or unpredictable reactions from caregivers, they may learn to overthink everything to avoid doing the wrong thing. The fear isn't about the choice itself. It's about the emotional consequences the brain still expects. One more hidden sign is chronic people-pleasing, always trying to be the good one, the helpful one, the one who never says no. While kindness is a strength, compulsive people-pleasing is not just a personality trait, it's survival. It can come from a nervous system that believes love must be earned or that safety depends on staying useful to others. Over time, this leads to exhaustion, resentment, and losing touch with your own needs. And finally, a subtle but powerful sign: emotional numbness. You don't feel deeply sad, but you also don't feel deeply joyful. Life feels like it's happening in a muted tone, like you're watching it from a distance. This isn't laziness or disinterest. It's often the brain's way of protecting you from overwhelming feelings. If you had to shut down your emotions to survive something painful, the off switch doesn't always come back on easily. Recognizing these patterns isn't about self-blame. It's about self-understanding. Your brain and body adapted to protect you in ways that made sense at the time, even if they no longer serve you now. The beautiful thing is, what was wired through experience can be rewired through awareness and compassion. Healing doesn't always look like remembering everything. Sometimes it looks like unlearning what your nervous system falsely decided was truth. That you're too much, or not enough. That love must be earned. That your voice isn't safe. These are the silent beliefs hidden trauma plants deep within us, and they quietly shape everything. But once you see the signs, you can begin to break the cycle. Not by fixing yourself, but by meeting yourself with understanding. Hidden trauma doesn't mean you're broken. It means you adapted. And awareness is the first step back to freedom. We just uncovered one secret. There are hundreds more. Hit subscribe, share the insight, and let the next episode take you deeper. Only on Mindscape Secrets.